Most cleaning advice you see online sounds simple, until you try it after 60. Suddenly, every easy trick demands bending, crouching, or kneeling, the very movements that can leave your back throbbing for days or send a sharp ache shooting through your knees. For many seniors, those small tasks become mountains. Take Edrina Cole, a 72-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She was once the type who kept her home spotless, proud of polished counters and clear floors. But after a fall 2 years ago, even reaching under the couch to swipe away dust became a risky gamble. She told her daughter one day, "I feel like the house is slipping away from me, because everything seems to demand bending down." That quiet confession is one many never say out loud, but it's real. Here's the truth nobody talks about. Cleaning should never feel like punishment. It shouldn't steal your energy or risk your safety. What if cleaning didn't mean pain? What if it meant freedom again? The freedom to move through your home without hesitation, the freedom to keep it bright and welcoming without fear of hurting yourself. That's what today's video is about. Practical, modern hacks designed specifically for seniors who want to stay independent, protect their bodies, and keep their homes the kind of place they love walking into every morning. If you've ever struggled to clean without hurting your back or knees, hit that like button right now. It tells me I'm not the only one who feels this way. And stay with me, because the very first hack might change the way you clean forever. Hack 1. Long reach dusting that feels like magic. There's something quietly frustrating about the dust that hides just out of reach. The top of bookshelves, the blades of ceiling fans, the corners where cobwebs grow like they've been there for years. For seniors, that frustration can feel even sharper, because the solution has always been the same: bend, stretch, climb, or kneel. But what happens when your body no longer agrees with those demands? That's where a simple yet powerful tool comes in: the modern extendable microfiber wand with a pivoting head. This isn't the flimsy duster you grew up with. These new versions are light as a feather, glide effortlessly across surfaces, and twist into angles your arms can't reach safely on their own. Imagine standing comfortably on your living room floor and gently sweeping across the top of your ceiling fan without wobbling on a chair. Picture sliding the wand across the crown molding that's been gathering dust for months, and seeing the clean lines of your home appear again without a single bend or strain. For seniors like Edrina, this hack feels like magic, not just because it cleans, but because it restores independence. She once told me, "It feels like pulling sunlight into the corners I thought I'd never reach again." That emotional lift matters. It's not just about wiping away dust, it's about wiping away the sense of defeat that comes with not being able to care for your home the way you used to. And here's something many overlook: these microfiber heads don't just trap dust, they hold it. That means you're not chasing particles into the air where they'll settle on your furniture again. For seniors with allergies or sensitive lungs, this tiny detail can mean easier breathing and fresher rooms. Plus, many of these wands are washable. Toss the head into the laundry, and it's ready for another round, saving money and reducing waste. So instead of risking a fall on a step stool or straining your back trying to stretch beyond your limits, try this hack. It transforms cleaning from something risky into something almost joyful. And here's a thought for you: what's one spot in your home you've secretly ignored because it was just too hard to reach? Share it in the comments, I'd love to know. Because chances are, with the right tool, those forgotten places don't have to be forgotten anymore. Hack 2. The standing mop that rings itself. For decades, mopping has been one of the most dreaded chores, not because the act of pushing the mop across the floor is hard, but because of what comes after. The bending, the squeezing, the kneeling, the soaking of hands in dirty water that leaves a sour smell on your skin. For many seniors, that moment of wringing out the mop is where independence quietly slips away. Knees won't allow the crouch, backs protest the bend, and hands with arthritis ache under the twisting motion. It's no wonder some people start avoiding mopping altogether, even if they hate seeing streaks or crumbs on the floor. Enter the standing spin mop with an upright wringer, a design that changes everything. With these modern systems, you never touch the dirty water. You don't crouch, you don't squeeze, you don't fight against a heavy mop head. Instead, you place the mop in its built-in wringer, press down with your foot or a light push of the handle, and it spins the excess water out for you. It's simple, clean, and surprisingly satisfying. Imagine standing tall in your kitchen, giving the mop one easy press, and hearing the whir as the water spins out, all without your back or knees paying the price. For Edrina, this hack was more than a convenience, it was a small restoration of dignity. She once admitted, "I hated asking my daughter to wring out the mop. It made me feel helpless." Now, she doesn't have to ask anyone. That moment of pride, being able to clean her own floor without assistance, is something no product manual ever talks about, but it's the real reason these tools matter. And there's another bonus many don't consider. The mop heads are made of microfiber, which clings to dust and dirt more effectively than old cotton strands. They are washable, so you're not wasting money replacing them often. Floors dry faster too, since the mop isn't dripping wet, safer for seniors who want to avoid slippery surfaces. Think about this. How many times have you delayed cleaning your floors simply because the idea of bending or wringing felt overwhelming? With a standing mop that takes the strain out of the process, you can finally keep your home the way you like it, clean, safe, and welcoming, without asking for help. And I want to know from you, if wringing out a mop has ever stopped you from cleaning, would this kind of tool change your mind? Drop your answer in the comments, because your story might just inspire another senior to take back their cleaning confidence. Hack 3. The sock trick that doubles as balance support. Some chores feel like they were designed to test our joints. Dusting baseboards is one of them. For younger people, it's just a matter of bending down or kneeling to swipe along the edges. But for seniors, especially after 60, the idea of crouching low can feel like an invitation for pain, or worse, a fall. That's why this next hack is so unusual yet brilliantly simple. Slip a pair of clean cotton socks over your shoes, stand tall, and let your feet do the work. Here's how it works. While wearing socks over shoes for extra grip, you gently glide your foot along the baseboard, using your body weight for stability. Place one hand on the wall, a countertop, or even a sturdy chair to keep balance. In just a few passes, the dust that normally hides near the floor is lifted away. No kneeling, no bending, no back strain. It might sound almost silly at first, but the brilliance lies in how it transforms a dreaded, awkward chore into a natural standing motion. Edrina gave this a try after a neighbor suggested it, and her reaction was priceless. "I felt like I was dancing with the house instead of fighting with it." That's the emotional power here. What once felt like a burden becomes a small moment of confidence, a kind of movement therapy. You're not just cleaning, you're practicing balance, working your legs gently, and keeping your body engaged in a safe, upright way. And don't underestimate the pride that comes with doing it yourself. Many seniors confess that baseboards are one of the first areas they give up on because the bending is too much. But when you can stand tall and swipe dust away with your foot, you reclaim control over the little corners of your home that often get ignored. Clean baseboards might seem minor, but they instantly make a room feel brighter and more cared for. Another perk? Cotton socks are washable and reusable, so this trick costs you nothing. You can even designate an old pair as your cleaning socks and keep them handy for quick touch-ups. It's low effort, zero cost, and surprisingly rewarding. Now, I'd love to know, what's the one cleaning task near the floor that you've avoided the most? Share it in the comments. Because chances are, with a little creativity, there's a standing solution waiting for you too. Hack 4. Lightweight cordless vacuums with trigger locks. Vacuuming used to be simple. Plug it in, push it around, and the floors were clean. But for many seniors, the modern vacuum has turned into an obstacle course. Heavy upright machines strain the arms and back, cords snake across the room like trip hazards, and worst of all, cleaning under low tables or couches often requires bending down or moving furniture. That's not just inconvenient, it's exhausting and dangerous. This is where lightweight cordless vacuums with detachable extension tubes and trigger locks make all the difference. These vacuums are slim, easy to handle, and built for flexibility. Instead of crouching or kneeling to reach crumbs under the table, you simply detach the extension tube, slide it under the furniture, and let the vacuum do the rest, all while standing tall. No bending, no straining, no chairlifting just to get to that one stubborn corner. Think about how freeing that feels. Imagine sitting at the kitchen table, finishing breakfast, and noticing a few crumbs on the floor. Instead of dragging out a bulky vacuum or bending painfully to sweep, you grab the cordless vacuum, press the trigger lock so you don't have to hold it down the whole time, and in seconds the crumbs are gone. Edrina told me once, it felt like I was in control again, not wrestling with a machine bigger than me. That sense of ease is priceless. And the benefits go beyond comfort. These vacuums are often lightweight enough to carry upstairs with one hand. They charge quickly and store on the wall, meaning no cords cluttering the floor where you could trip. Many even come with attachments that let you dust shelves, blinds, and even upholstery, extending their use far beyond just the floors. For seniors who want to keep their independence, having one tool that does multiple jobs without requiring bending or lifting is a true game changer. The trigger lock feature deserves special mention. For anyone with arthritis or weak hands, holding down a button for minutes at a time can be painful. Trigger locks keep the vacuum running without constant pressure, reducing strain and making longer cleaning sessions manageable. Here's something to consider. How often do you avoid vacuuming a spot just because you dread moving a chair or bending down? With a lightweight cordless vacuum, those skipped spots no longer exist. You get the satisfaction of a clean home without the frustration of overexertion. Now, tell me in the comments, which part of vacuuming frustrates you the most? Is it the bending, the cords, or the weight of the machine? Sharing your experience might just help another senior discover that there's an easier way to take back control of their home. Hack 5. Magnetic grabbers that do more than pick up. When most people think of a grabber tool, they imagine it as something used only in extreme cases, like picking up trash by the roadside or helping in a hospital. But for seniors, a magnetic grabber can be one of the most powerful household allies, not just for clutter but for everyday cleaning tasks that would otherwise demand painful bending or crouching. The magic of this tool isn't just its reach, it's the way it gives back control in the smallest, most ordinary moments. Picture this: you drop a sponge while wiping down the counter. For someone younger, it's a quick bend and grab. But if your back stiffens at the thought, or if your knees simply refuse to cooperate, that tiny moment can feel defeating. Now imagine extending your hand, squeezing a lightweight handle, and retrieving that sponge without so much as leaning forward. The task is complete, your dignity intact, and no risk of pain or strain. Edrina once told me, "I used to leave things on the floor for hours, waiting until someone came by to pick them up. Now, I don't wait. I just take care of it myself." That's the emotional power of this hack. It's not about laziness, it's about independence. A magnetic grabber becomes an extension of your arm, helping you retrieve spray bottles, cleaning cloths, or even lightweight tools that slip out of your hands while you work. And here's what makes the magnetic feature especially valuable. Many common cleaning items, like small scrub brushes, bottle caps, or even a dropped pair of scissors, contain enough metal for the magnet to catch them quickly. No bending, no searching with your hands where dust and dirt collect, no risk of losing your balance trying to reach awkward corners. Some seniors even keep two grabbers in different parts of the house, one in the kitchen, one in the laundry area, so they never have to go far to get help when something slips from their hands. And beyond cleaning, these grabbers prove useful for daily living too. Picking up the mail, reaching for light items on a low shelf, or even pulling socks from the dryer without bending. Think about it, how many times this week have you dropped something and hesitated before picking it up? Those small hesitations add up, making you feel older than you are. But with a grabber, those moments disappear. You move through your space with quiet confidence again. So here's my question for you. If you had a grabber by your side today, what's the first item you'd use it for? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. Because sometimes, it's the little tools that bring back the biggest sense of freedom. Hack 6. Sliding furniture pads for dust under heavy items. There's a hidden world in every home, a world under the sofa, beneath the bed, and behind the dresser. It's where dust collects in thick layers, where lost socks and crumbs settle, and where cleaning rarely reaches. For many seniors, those areas quietly become off-limits. Why? Because moving heavy furniture feels impossible. The thought of lifting a sofa corner or dragging a dresser across the floor doesn't just seem daunting, it feels dangerous. And too often, the choice becomes either ignoring those hidden messes or risking a strained back, pulled muscles, or even a fall. But here's the twist. With lightweight sliding pads, you don't have to choose between pain and neglect. These simple discs or strips, placed once under the legs of your furniture, can turn heavy items into something you can shift with ease. Instead of heaving and pulling, you use the broom handle, a light push, or even a gentle nudge with your hip to slide a sofa just a few inches away from the wall. That's all it takes to clear out dust bunnies, sweep away crumbs, and reclaim spaces that once felt unreachable. The beauty of this hack is that it redefines strength. You don't need to prove you can haul furniture like you did in your 30s. Safety comes first. As Edrina told me after trying it herself, it felt like I had outsmarted the furniture. I didn't need to fight it anymore. That sense of cleverness and control is powerful. It's not about muscle, it's about wisdom. And the benefits go beyond just dust. For seniors with allergies or asthma, reducing the buildup under beds and couches makes breathing easier. For those wanting a safer home, clearing under furniture reduces hidden fire hazards and improves air circulation. Plus, you only need to place the sliders once. After that, they stay put, ready for whenever you want to clean again. Another overlooked perk? These pads protect your floors. Instead of dragging legs that scratch hardwood or snag carpets, the sliders glide smoothly, saving both your back and your flooring at the same time. So the next time you think about the dust hiding under your bed and feel that familiar frustration, remember, you don't have to lift, twist, or strain. You don't need to prove strength to keep your home safe. All it takes is a little preparation and the right tool, and suddenly the heaviest items in your house are no longer barriers. Now, I want to hear from you. Which piece of furniture in your home feels like the biggest challenge to clean around? Share it below, because your answer might inspire someone else to finally tackle their forgotten spaces with ease. Hack 7. Spray bottles with adjustable triggers. It's easy to overlook the little things until they stop working the way they should. Take spray bottles. To most people, they're just ordinary tools, something you grab without thinking when you need to clean a counter or freshen up a room. But for many seniors, especially those living with arthritis or weaker grip strength, traditional spray bottles become frustrating barriers. The stiff trigger that once felt effortless now pinches the fingers and strains the hand. Some seniors even give up using sprays altogether, relying on others to handle simple cleaning jobs they used to do with pride. That's why ergonomic spray bottles with adjustable triggers are a quiet revolution. These bottles are designed to work with the hand instead of against it. Instead of forcing your fingers into repetitive, painful squeezing, the triggers adjust to different levels of resistance, making the spray motion lighter, smoother, and far less taxing. Some even offer continuous spray with one press, misting evenly without repeated effort. Imagine holding a bottle that feels balanced in your hand, lightweight, comfortable, and easy to control. Edrina once told me, it wasn't just that I could clean again, it was that I didn't feel clumsy doing it. That's the emotional core of this hack. It's not only about getting surfaces clean, it's about restoring dignity in the simple act of doing it yourself. Each spray becomes a reminder that your hands still hold capability, not limitation. And here's another overlooked benefit. Adjustable triggers don't just ease pain, they also prevent fatigue. Instead of stopping halfway through a task because your fingers ache, you can finish the job without discomfort. That means a cleaner home, yes, but also a lighter heart, because you didn't have to stop and ask for help. For seniors who worry about safety, these bottles also reduce spills and accidents. A controlled, steady spray means less wasted liquid, fewer slippery patches on the floor, and no straining to reach across counters. It's amazing how something as small as a spray bottle can carry so much weight emotionally. To many, it's just plastic and water. But in the right hands, with the right design, it becomes a tool of independence. So let me ask you, when was the last time a simple task like spraying cleaner across your kitchen counter felt harder than it should have? Would an easier grip have changed that moment? Share your thoughts below, because your story may remind someone else that independence often comes from the smallest adjustments. After all, it's not just about cleaning, it's about holding dignity in your hands. Hack 8. The laundry basket handle trick. Laundry is one of those chores that never really ends. No matter how much you wash and fold, there's always more waiting in the basket. For many seniors, though, the hardest part isn't the repetition, it's the bending. Traditional laundry routines assume you'll crouch to sort clothes on the floor or lean over to fold them from a low basket. But after 60, those repeated motions can feel like punishment. A stiff back, sore knees, or fear of losing balance often make laundry day one of the most dreaded parts of the week. That's where this simple adjustment comes in, the laundry basket handle trick. Instead of keeping the basket on the ground, place it on top of a sturdy chair, a small table, or even the surface of your washer and dryer. Suddenly, the entire process changes. You can stand comfortably, reach for your clothes without bending, and fold them at a height that feels natural. The laundry no longer dictates how your body has to move, you set the terms. Edrina tried this after years of struggling, and her words capture the heart of it. It stopped being a backbreaking job and became a comfortable ritual. That emotional shift matters. Folding clothes can feel calming again, even enjoyable, when it's not tied to physical pain. Instead of rushing through to get it over with, you can slow down, enjoy the rhythm, and even reflect on the memories tied to each shirt or towel as you fold. There's also a hidden layer of safety in this trick. By keeping laundry at waist or chest level, you reduce the risk of tripping on clothes scattered across the floor. No more bending forward with heavy arm loads or straining to pull tangled items from the bottom of a deep basket. Everything stays within reach, balanced, and controlled. And let's not forget efficiency. When the basket is elevated, you're not stopping every few minutes to stretch your back or catch your breath. The process flows smoothly, leaving you with not just clean clothes but also energy left to enjoy the rest of your day. Think about how many times you've put off doing laundry because it felt too taxing. With this adjustment, the weight of the task lightens, physically and emotionally. Now, here's a question for you. If you could change just one thing about your laundry routine to make it easier, what would it be? Share your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear them. Because sometimes, the difference between a dreaded chore and a peaceful ritual is just the height of a laundry basket. Hack 9. Telescoping squeegees for windows and mirrors. Natural light has a way of transforming a home. It lifts the mood, makes rooms feel open, and even supports better sleep patterns as we age. But dirty windows and streaked mirrors can rob a house of that brightness, making spaces feel dull and heavy. For many seniors, the challenge isn't that they don't notice, it's that cleaning glass often means ladders, crouching, or awkward reaching. And those movements carry real risks. One slip on a wet patio, one shaky step on a stool, and a simple task turns into a dangerous fall. That's why telescoping squeegees are such a powerful hack. With their lightweight, extendable handles and wide rubber blades, they allow you to clean tall windows, sliding glass doors, and even mirrors, all while standing safely on the ground. No kneeling, no climbing, no painful stretches. Just a smooth glide across the glass that leaves it clear and streak-free. Imagine standing comfortably in your living room and, with one gentle sweep, pulling sunlight back into your space. Edrina, who once avoided cleaning her patio doors because she hated asking her grandson to haul out a ladder, shared her experience. It was like the room exhaled when I wiped them clean. Suddenly, the light came rushing back in. That emotional release is real. Clean windows don't just brighten a house, they brighten the spirit inside it. And the benefits go beyond beauty. For seniors who spend more time indoors, fresh sunlight streaming through clean glass can help regulate mood, ease feelings of isolation, and even support vitamin D health. A bright home truly supports a brighter mind. Another overlooked perk? Many telescoping squeegees come with dual sides, one with a sponge or microfiber for washing, and the other with a rubber edge for drying. That means you don't juggle multiple tools or risk dripping water down your arms. And because the handle extends, you can clean high without lifting your shoulders uncomfortably, protecting joints from strain. Think about how often you've let windows go cloudy simply because cleaning them felt unsafe or exhausting. With a telescoping squeegee, that excuse disappears. You get back the sunlight, the view, and the sense of pride that comes with a sparkling home, without risking your safety. So let me ask, what's the one window or mirror in your home that you've avoided because it was too high or too awkward to clean? Share it in the comments, I'd love to hear. Because sometimes, reclaiming light isn't just about the glass. It's about reclaiming the way your home makes you feel. A bright home keeps your spirit brighter, too. Hack 10. The sit and swipe method for low surfaces. One of the biggest frustrations for seniors is that so many cleaning tasks seem to assume you can kneel. Wiping under cabinets, pulling dust from beneath appliances, or reaching the far corners of low shelves, all of it demands bending or crouching that can feel impossible after 60. For many, that leads to either leaving those areas untouched or relying on someone else to handle them. But here's the truth: cleaning doesn't mean proving you can kneel, it means proving you can adapt. The sit and swipe method is a simple adjustment that changes everything. Instead of kneeling on cold tile or risking a painful crouch, you place a sturdy chair near the area you need to clean. Sit down, relax your posture, and use a long-handled tool, a microfiber duster, a floor wiper, or even a slim mop, to reach underneath and around those low spaces. Suddenly, the job that once felt daunting becomes manageable, even comfortable. Edrina, who avoided cleaning under her kitchen stove for years because it meant getting down on her knees, tried this approach and said, "It was the first time I felt in control again. I wasn't fighting my body to keep my home clean." That sense of control is at the heart of this hack. It's not just about wiping away dust, it's about wiping away the thought that independence has to slip away with age. There are safety benefits, too. By sitting, you lower your center of gravity, making slips and falls less likely. You also protect your joints from strain, avoiding the painful aftermath that often follows bending or kneeling. And because you're sitting, you can take your time, moving carefully without the pressure of balancing in an awkward position. The results are immediate and satisfying. The crumbs under the fridge, the dust tucked behind the bathroom vanity, the pet hair under the bed, gone. Your home feels fresher, and you feel accomplished without ever putting your body at risk. Think about it. How many spots in your home have gone ignored because they required kneeling? With this method, none of those places are off-limits anymore. It's a small shift in approach that brings back big results. So here's my question to you. If you could use the sit and swipe method right now, which hidden corner would you tackle first? Share it below, because sometimes the simplest adaptations are the ones that remind us we're still capable, still resourceful, and still in charge of the homes we love. For years, Edrina carried a quiet frustration in her home. Tasks that once felt simple, dusting, mopping, reaching low shelves, slowly became battles between her determination and her body's limits. She often skipped chores, not because she didn't care, but because every attempt left her aching or afraid of falling. Her home, which used to be her pride, started feeling like a reminder of what she couldn't do anymore. That loss of control weighed heavier than the dust itself. But something shifted when she began using small adjustments, tools and methods designed not to test her strength, but to work with it. Instead of kneeling on cold tile, she sat and swiped. Instead of begging her daughter to wring a mop, she spun it dry on her own. Instead of leaving cobwebs in corners, she extended her reach and swept them away with ease. Each hack didn't just clean a room, it restored a piece of independence. Slowly, her home became bright again, but more importantly, her confidence returned. That's the heart of this transformation. Cleaning after 60 should never feel like punishment. It should feel like power, the power to live in a space that reflects dignity, comfort, and pride. A safe home is more than tidy floors and shiny windows. It's a foundation that supports the life you want to live every day. And when you can maintain it without pain, it stops being a burden and starts being a gift you give yourself. So let me ask you, out of all these hacks, which one would make your cleaning easier tomorrow? Tell me in the comments, because I read every single one. Your answer may inspire another senior who needs the same encouragement. And if these ideas gave you a new way to see your home, hit like, share this with a friend over 60, and don't forget to subscribe to Wise Aging Seniors. Because your home should honor your body, not strain it, and you deserve to enjoy that dignity every single day.